Also, another thing of note, like, when I was before I was at GameStop buying that game, I was actually watching Black Widow.
I watched that on Sunday.
I watched it on Tuesday because I was basically looking for free time.
Huh.
And I couldn't watch it any other day because I had other things to do.
Wow.
Be it the live streams that I'm watching, or in the case of yesterday, my baby sister's birthday.
Wow. I'm a bitch. Yesterday I went to the movie theater and watched Angry Birds 2 by myself because I was the only one that bought a ticket for that showing. And I don't regret my decision in the slightest.
That is how me and Kevin felt when we watched Mortal Kombat.
Yes, and now I'm gonna see Space Jam on Sunday, and it doesn't look like anyone's bought a ticket to that either, apart from me and my dad and my sister. The new Space Jam, by the way.
I know. I don't know how to feel about that movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Warner Brothers flexing all the IPs they own.
Yeah.
So if you're into that kind of stuff, then
I'm really not.
I think it'll just be a fun, turn your brain off movie.
The thing is, I just don't care.
Thing is, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is the part where the game gets confusing, just has no guidance.
Aperture.
Or this is also the part where that one Half-Life Easter egg I tried to find is.
Might be.
Portal up higher and higher. Fuck. I hate this game. Well, if I hate it, why are you playing it? Well, shut up. I'm here to be entertaining, not listen to your criticisms.
So, do you want to tell me about what happened in Black Widow? Considering, let's be honest here, by the time this video gets uploaded, it'd be long enough that it doesn't matter if we spoil it.
Well, I mean, I lost my train of thought. The portal stuff we have done is currently ongoing up. I have it, so it's just gonna take a break after the weekly takeover episode, so I can allow other stuff to go up, and then this will go up. So it'll probably be August when this goes up. So yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay.
Okay. If you haven't seen Black Widow, you should probably stop watching now. And 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna talk about Black Widow spoilers now. You've been warned.
First of all, how did you feel about the movie?
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it. Certainly better than Captain Marvel.
I like Captain Marvel, though.
I didn't, but that's because I just had issues with the way that the story was told.
I thought it was a fun time.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Black Widow I had a lot of fun with.
Yeah. It was actually the first movie I saw in the Hillsdale Theater.
Oh, you went there?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I watched it.
Yeah, I watched it there as well on Sunday.
Mm.
And I forgot that's also in the mall for some reason. I don't know what my dumbass was thinking. But then I had Shake Shack afterwards. It was fun.
Yeah. Let's see. So, for anyone who doesn't give a fuck about the MCU, all I will say about the very beginning of this film is the fact that this is supposed to be taking place in 2016.
Yeah, after Captain America: Civil War, but before Avengers: Infinity War.
Yeah, because of the fact that, well, if you didn't know, the guy who was in charge of actually deciding what movie gets made at Marvel, not Feige, the guy who's actually in charge for Disney. I forgot what his name.
Bob Iger at the time?
No.
Yeah.
Basically, he was in charge of
Dave Johnson. Caroline. That's GLaDOS.
Mm. Yeah. The guy who was in charge of essentially deciding what movies get made at what time had this kind of mentality that was basically he believed that female superhero movies wouldn't sell at all.
And then Captain Marvel made $1 billion.
Captain Marvel did really well for itself. At, the cost of the fact that it wasn't a very good movie. Like, it was a decent movie, but I wouldn't call it anything better than good. What doesn't help here is that Brie Larson's personalities, like, in that movie specifically, like, especially in, like, the interviews, did not rub me the right way. Like, it says something about Brie Larson that probably the best performance from her that I've seen was her playing Envy Adams, who's kind of a giant bitch.
Wow.
To be fair, that's one of the 2 Brie Larson movies I've seen.
2.
Captain Marvel's the other one.
I saw Kong Skull Island, and I think she was in that.
But, like, her performance was pretty wooden in my opinion. I think it might have been direction that was the issue. Like, it's notable that from the vast majority of the speaking that we had from her in Captain Marvel, I basically got nothing outside of being a woman icon.
Showers Curtain Salesman of 1943. I'm sorry, I have to point that out.
Yeah. And from the little that we did see her in Endgame, I actually got more of a personality from that than the vast majority of Captain Marvel. And that tells you everything about how I feel about the character. But with Black Widow, especially because she was a character that we already were invested in and had a lot of knowledge about, I actually cared about the stakes and what was going on with her. And, Scarlett Johansson is really good at playing her. Well, with the fact that she's, how many years into the role?
Started in Iron Man 2, right?
Yeah, so
that was 2010.
Yeah, about a decade or so of playing Black Widow.
Black Widow was supposed to come out last year, but
No, it was originally meant for 2016.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I was gonna get across. That the guy who was deciding on how to release films thought that female-led superhero movies wouldn't sell well. So even though it was in the works for that movie to come out in 2016, they did nothing with it.
Wow.
So that's why the movie is held up until after Endgame to be made.
Really says a lot.
Yeah.
Am I going the right way? Did I go up or down? I came up down.
What didn't help is what didn't help that whole mentality was probably the fact that for as good as Captain Marvel sold, the reputation that it has isn't the best. Like I mentioned, I have my grievances with it, and a lot of people do. Sure, a lot of it's mostly sexism, but quite literally, the movie just wasn't the best. But as it is, when you have a character that's actually well written and well directed, and actually, someone who we care about, and not a character that just kind of got shoved into the spotlight at the last second, you tend to have a character who's worth making a movie about. Best case scenario, you might get some superpowers. Worst case scenario,
which we'll try to. As if you can try that. Oh, well, you probably can.
You actually can.
Okay.
As long as it's not someplace connected to something really dangerous like the brain, chances are you can actually cut them out.
I was gonna have a dumb idea. That was not part of the plan.
But I'll say this: they handled probably one of the better parts is why Black Widow was directed so well. Is you want to know who the director was?
A woman.
Yeah, someone who can actually write about women, and not fucking Joss Whedon, who makes. It's fucked up that he actually thought that it was a good idea. To be fair, he's a horrible person. So who gives a fuck about what he thinks?
Ooh.
When he decided that, like, to show how much of a monster Natasha Romanoff was, he should make the scene about how she can't have kids. What the fuck was that, Age of Ultron? Here, they actually bring it up again. Like, the first time they bring it up, in a really smart way. They go out of its way to...
hasn't seen Black Widow.
Oh, yeah, get out of here. We're talking about Black Widow.
We don't have napkins. At least I don't think we do.
I have some over here. Not many, but...
Thank you so much.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Like, they first kind of do it by having the scene where Red Guardian gives this slightly sexist comment. It was kind of obvious that he didn't mean to be, like, overly offensive, but it was sexist. About, like, how it might have been Yelena's time of the month.
Periods.
Yeah. And she, like, turned it back around on him.
Ooh. Oh yes.
By talking about how she could how she couldn't even get periods anymore because of the way that the Red Room like forcibly got rid of like all the reproductive organs. And Natasha joined along, and they were joking about it, kind of showing that, like, you can recontextualize that whole scene where they stupidly decided that Natasha Romanoff believes she's a monster because she can't have kids, by having it so that she believes she's a monster because she believes she's a monster for doing things like killing a kid. Like, the whole, like, as of now, thanks to that scene, we can now infer that Black Widow herself doesn't view her not being able to have kids as, like, a major thing. It's just something that she kind of regrets because she does want a family.
Bruh.
Also, of course, like the person who would make a sexist comment would be the Russian, like, dad who fucking was around in the 80s. The type of people who would make a sexist comment without realizing that it was actually messed up with them.
Yeah. Oh, hell yes, the gel. I forget the name of it. Conversion gel. That's not what it's called. Repulsion gel. Was Aperture's first attempt at create a diet pudding substitute? It's true! The gel is a sweeter, slightly less non-toxic form of fiberglass insulation that causes subsequently ingested food items to bounce off the lining and of a dieter's descended stomach and out his or her mouth. For various reasons, this product was pulled from shelves. For more information, consult the following fact placards. Advertising placard number 100123444-22R.
Lost its concern.
Public outrage over. Alright, this, as it says, this one bouncies. Alright. Tells me I'm gonna have to do a little bouncing. I can't aim for the life of me.
Yep.
This is an old school looking thing. And we're gonna have to get something. So, I'm just gonna bounce. At least over here. And I'm gonna... Yeah, this is really old school. I'm gonna catch, or... Yeah, I'll do this. I remember hearing, like, some Valve employees saying, like, I think this game is procedurally generated music. Huh. And by that it means, what they explicitly said, one of the music tracks will repeat every 76,000 years or so.
Huh.
thousand.
The lab boys informed me that I should not have mentioned the control group. They're telling me I ought to stop making
It's test chamber this way.
That gave me an idea. Make more pre-recorded messages. I pay the bills or I can talk about the control group all day.
Bruh. Okay, how do we get over?
Continuing my talk, and rather than eating Pringles like I was doing just now.
Hey.
How do you feel about the new characters?
New characters of not fucking Captain Black Widow.
Yeah.
How did I feel?
I like them.
I liked them.
It's kind of weird seeing Red Guardian and Iron Maiden as good guys, but I like them.
I don't really have much of a comment on it. I don't really have much to say on the characters.
Oh, how do you feel about the beginning?
Oh. I thought the blue-haired girl was a dude.
I didn't. I immediately noticed that was a girl.
I don't know. I had suspicions, like, because it looked like myself when I was younger.
Or I don't know how I was able to tell.
But then again, everyone thought I was a girl when I was younger, so what should I... Anyway, yeah, go on.
Because I'm gonna be honest here, that kind of reminded me of a certain girl that we went to high school with.
Oh, yes, of course. I know what you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
The one who went to the anime club?
Yeah. I think, yeah.
Yeah. Does dye her hair blue occasionally?
Yep. I don't know, there's a lot of blue-haired bitches in school.
I'm gonna be honest here, I only know one, so... Put yourself above the portal.
Oh! Hello. Hello, opportunity? I'm coming for you.
No.
Hell yes. Alright, now we got the beta companion cube. It's my... I'm gonna have to get up there. So
well, the weighted cube.
hold to prevent bouncing. Weighted cube. There's no white up. So we're gonna improvise.
First of all, put the cube at the...
Oh, hello. Ah, nice. And... Alright, now... hello. Boing.
Hold B.
Hold B. Circle.
Yeah.
This is a PlayStation. Okay, what do you need to find a way to... Oh, I see. I need to get back up there, then. Here we go. Alley-oop. Alright.
Fucking Mario wall jumping.
Mario wall jumping. So this is what goes on Mario's point of view. Alright, now we need to go here, but not...
So...
That's a death.
There was basically, like... 4 major characters that got introduced through this movie. There was Yelena, who... Well, let's be honest here. Let's call Black Widow number 2. Because she's almost certainly going to be Natasha's successor.
Yeah.
The next one would be... the next character introduced would be Red Guardian, who's probably gonna just stay like a sporting character for Yelena, along with the other character introduced with him, Iron Maiden, who both of which were villains inside the comics, because comic book Black Widow has a completely different backstory from MCU Black Widow. Like, for instance, MCU Black Widow is very much her actual age and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, she grew up in the 90s and stuff like that, and essentially had a really rough childhood thanks to the whole Red Room and got out and all that. Meanwhile, comic book Black Widow, well, she definitely had the Red Room, had a very different lifestyle. For instance, she essentially had like.
The symptoms of asbestos poisoning show a median latency of 44.6 years. So if you're 30 or older, you're laughing.
I'm 19, so I'm nowhere near my 30s. Holy shit, fuck.
You're laughing. Worst case scenario, if you runs Canasta. Anyways, she and like quite literally, she essentially had like a light version of the super soldier serum. Talking about the comic book Black Widow. Where she got quite a few enhancements, and the best enhancement she got out of it was that she got a ridiculously long lifespan, with the youth included. So, comic book Black Widow is actually several decades old. Like, she is, I think, in her going on to like her 60s.
Jeez.
Like, at the youngest. She is pretty old.
Wow.
And quite literally every character that got introduced to this movie actually does have a connection to the comic book version of Black Widow. For instance, Yelena was introduced as essentially like her superior successor, but then became kind of like the evil version of the Black Widow because they didn't want to replace her. Iron Maiden quite literally was a character who was constantly in the shadow of Black Widow, just purely on the basis that the comic book Black Widow has been around for so long.
Sorry, these are too fun. Okay.
Pretty sure that's not a good thing. Wasn't it like supposedly like if you actually got doused in that stuff, your like bones will start bouncing inside your body and they'll like eventually rupture?
Yeah.
How are you not dead?
Because this is a game.
And Red Guardian was in the comics and actually married to Black Widow at one point.
That's hard to think about.
Yeah, but here's the benefits of the MCU. Because they have because they actually have to account for real world shit and not being able to just play the comic book card. They actually do get to and because they've already seen what worked and what hasn't. They already get to essentially just choose to ignore things or like change them just because they can.
What the fuck? I can just do this though. Bitch.
Ah, there it is.
How do I do that? Will it disintegrate through the thing? No. Alright. I don't know what I'm doing. Do I? Probably not.
Try bouncing on the other side.
Should I? Should I know what I'm doing? Probably. Do I want to know? No. It's too risky. I have to get a lot of momentum to successfully bounce, which is why I'm gonna Orange portal this. Let's go. Son of a bitch. Oh, I think I see it. I don't see it. Do I? Do I see? Do I need glasses?
Well, your portals got destroyed by passing the thing.
Or? Nope, I don't see. I need to find a way to get up. Or, at least bounce it up to...
And then there's Taskmaster, who got completely changed. I've heard some negative opinions on Taskmaster, which is fair.
I mean, Taskmaster wasn't the best. in the movie.
Yeah, probably the least interesting part of the entire movie. Which, I can understand why people are really mad about that, because Taskmaster is a really well-liked villain.
Sorry for not talking much, I'm just trying to solve this.
And I'm trying to think about what to actually talk about. I'm not good at talking.
Alright, one thing I mentioned, I just want to bring up something stupid that happened. So, it involves EA, I mentioned this in the car. But, so, as tradition, FIFA 22 has been, FIFA 22 has been announced, and it's been announced that, if you want the...
If you want to shoot there, shoot at the floor.
If you want the $70, if you want the both versions on like one generation, you're gonna have to.
That's not white.
You're gonna have to pay like a good $70. Or not 70, $100. You're gonna have to pay $100 for a free cross-gen upgrade. And yeah. Oh, I think I'm seeing that.
Oh, maybe I'm not. Oh, I've just given up.
I see it. I think. I mean, never think. You need to know. Going up. I said I'm going up.
On the plus side, we finally got answers to a bunch of things that they just kind of talked about in like the original Avengers movie and never brought up again.
True.
Like, we now know what the hell happened in Budapest.
Now we got... And then there's 3 other Marvel movies coming out this year.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi, Eternals, and Spider-Man No Way Home. Alright, here's my plan.
I don't know how to feel about Shang-Chi. Because on one hand, it's nice to see someone like Shang-Chi actually get recognition. But on the other hand, it's blatant Chinese pandering.
Well, Disney loves the Chinese market.
Yeah, it's not even funny about how blatant they're being about that one.
Something like that.
There's a thing up there. What do you expect? You can't get up there.
Yeah, but I want to try. You're not my mother.
Anyways, on the other hand, it's cool to see how it'll be cool to see how the 10 rings work.
Yeah.
Because, like, first they basically cock-blocked everyone by cheating them out of actually using the 10 rings.
Right.
Also, I wonder if we'll ever see some of the, like, weirder repercussions of Shang-Chi's existence.
Will we? Would they show that?
I mean, I highly doubt. There's some things that just straight up don't really matter in the MCU.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, Shang-Chi making a actual fighting style of Spider-Man. That really has no necessity in the MCU.
Yeah.
And to the vast majority of comic book readers, that's basically the major reason they even know about Shang-Chi.
Visible frustration.
I think the weirdest part is that historically, thanks to like the early comics, Shang-Chi is literally the son of Fu Manchu.
Fu Manchu, is that a historical figure?
That is a literature figure.
Ah.
But he's also a pretty racist stereotype.
I think I'm seeing it now. I say as I fail for the 10th time.
Here, let me show you.
Alright, wait. Fuck. This is a mistake. I can tell. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. because at the time, Marvel actually owned the rights to Fu Manchu, like, to use them in comic books.
Damn.
So they were able to get away with things like that. They no longer do. So that's been kind of written off of the story.
Yep.
And they found ways around it, around that whole thing. Especially in the new one, where he's seemingly the leader, the son of the leader of the Ten Rings.
This is not going to work.
It's probably not the Mandarin in this one.
Oh, hello. I didn't bring him out here.
If only.
If only. Alright, fire. I think I'm starting to see it. I've noticed I've said that a lot.
Yeah.
But will I actually see it? The world may never know. Alright. What else is a discussion topic?
I'd like to point out that a lot of people have essentially been going around saying that Eternals is just Marvel deciding to like deciding to essentially like have a Game of Thrones reunion. Because quite a few of the people acting in that movie are people who acted in Game of Thrones, including Kit Harington, who played Jon Snow.
Well,
and I'm pretty sure his in-character brother is also an actor, like the Rob Snow's actor. Let's see. I am excited for Spider-Man. I'm worried.
I tried this already, but I made it. Yeah, I'm excited for Spider-Man.
Yeah, but
I remember there was always these rumors going around that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are coming back.
Well, no, Andrew Garfield has gone on record saying that's bullshit.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, Doc Spider-Man from Spider-Man 2 is coming back.
Yeah. Like, and that's not a reference to the fact that that's the actor. I mean, we mean that's literally Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2. Like, straight up from the movie.
Yeah.